Welcome back to part 2 of this video of how to protect yourself while you're searching for a job in Dubai. My name is Yulia and I used to work as a recruiter in hospitality industry. And today I will explain what you should be aware of when you have already secured a job offer in Dubai. Firstly, you should read your contract, offer letter and job description thoroughly before signing. Carefully review them and make sure they outline all the terms and conditions, including salary, benefits, working hours, notice period, and responsibilities. If you don't agree with something, you have to discuss it and make adjustments before you sign them. Pay extra attention to overtime compensation rules, as many employees here are stuck with extra working hours without any payment for it. I also have to clarify that you need to sign the contract of employment before you start working. Employers might ask you to do a trial for a day, and that's acceptable, but they cannot demand you to work for them for several months without a contract. In case any dispute happens, like salary issues for example, you don't have any proof of employment. And that's illegal, by the way. In my previous video I've mentioned that employers should cover your visa costs, not you. Well, in general you need to have resident visa to work legally in the UAE. The moment you sign your contract, employers should take your documents and start the process. Some employers might refuse doing it though, covering it up with excuses like probation period for example. By doing so, they're avoiding paying for your visa and insurance in case they decide to fire you in a couple of months and hire someone new. It is convenient for them, right? But you have to know that they don't have the right to do that. What could go wrong? Well, first of all, more likely you came here on tourist visa and you're working here illegally. Obviously, you could get into trouble for that. Second of all, your tourist visa will expire eventually, and if you don't renew it or leave the country, you would have to pay for overstay. And it's expensive. I had to pay for 3 days of overstay once, and it was around 100 euros. And lastly, in case you need to see the doctor for any reason, you would have to pay from your own pocket. If the process supposedly has started, you will not get your visa straight away. It might take from 2 weeks to 2 months. But I'll be honest with you, it's your own responsibility to be on top of things. You need to follow up with HR every now and then to know about the progress. They might forget to apply for a visa, and this happens by the way. A good indicator would be that soon after you start, you're being sent to do your medicals in the Dubai Health Authority branch, and at the end you should receive your employment visa, Emirates ID and insurance, as it's often linked to Emirates ID. Now, this piece of information is very important because some employers are making this dirty move. Do not give your passport away. Employers have no right to hold your passport against your will. Nowadays, the whole visa process could be done only with copies of the documents. However, if employer is asking for your passport, ask for a clear reason and when you will get your passport back. Sadly, some employers are using this trick as a leverage to stop you from going on annual leave or even from resigning. I have encountered such situation when the company is ready to hire the candidates, but they cannot start with a new employment because their current employer is refusing to return the passport and provide the visa cancellation paper. You have to know that this is against the law. So I would advise you to get yourself familiar with the UAE labor law and your current company's policies. At the end of the day, knowledge is the most powerful tool, and you should be aware about all the rules, especially when it comes to termination or resignation. As some employers like to play dirty here because they don't want to pay you your last salary or compensate for unutilized annual leave days. Happened to me before. I didn't get paid for 3 public holidays I worked on because they expired, and of course nobody told me about it. I found out only when I got my final settlement. So, lesson learned. In case you are resigning, don't sign visa cancellation paper until you get compensated for your work. It is better to avoid bank checks as they may bounce, trying to insist on bank transfer or cash. And lastly, if you have any dispute with your employer, seek legal advice. You could consult a local attorney or direct your query to the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization in the UAE. I haven't dealt with them personally, but I heard that they are quite helpful and they could even assist you to open a court case against employer in case situation gets out of control. Some employers prefer not to reach this stage though, so don't be scared to fight for your rights. I hope you would never encounter such scenarios, but feel free to share this video with somebody who might benefit from it as well. and I will see you in the next videos. Bye!